The thermometer stands at 19 degrees, but championship fever has things heated up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. For today is the day the whole town has been waiting for. The big game between the New York Giants, winners of the Eastern Conference, and the Packers of Green Bay, rulers in the West. There has been plenty of cold weather in Green Bay, and the heavy snow has left the town under a blanket of white. The field has been covered with an insulating layer of hay and snow. Large heaters are installed behind the huts, which will shield the benches. Several hours before the game, the field is swept clean. Thanks to a marvelous job by the groundsmen, the field will be hard, but not completely frozen. Led by their all-pro center and captain, Jim Ringo, the Green Bay Packers take the field for their pregame warm-up. The Packers powered their way to the Western Crown with an 11-3 record, including a close win over the Giants in Milwaukee. Bart Starr's smooth performance at quarterback has been a prime factor in the Packers' success. Paul Hornung led the league in scoring, despite the fact that he was recalled to Army duty in midseason and missed 2 games. Hard-running fullback Jim Taylor is the workhorse of the Green Bay attack and one of football's most feared ball carriers. 250-pound guard Fuzzy Thurston heads a fast-moving, hard-hitting offensive line. The big men from New York take the field for their 4th title game in 6 years, looking for their 2nd world title in that period. Defensive captain and coach Andy Robustelli can break a game wide open with his pass rush and jarring tackles. Middle linebacker Sam Huff always comes up with his best performance in crucial games. Veteran Alec Webster has been the strongest runner for the Giants. Alec gained over 900 yards in 61. Y. Tittle is the man most responsible for the rise of the Giants. 39,029 heavily bundled football fans, nearly 2/3 of the population of Green Bay, are entertained by the Packers marching band and a high-stepping Mrs. Santa Claus. The New York Giants know they have a job on their hands as they take the field for the game. Their defense must face football's most devastating offensive unit. '61's Coach of the Year, Ali Sherman, follows his team onto the field. The sun peeks through the cloudy sky as the town of Green Bay becomes the sports capital of the world. The Packers receive deafening ovations as they come out, followed by their leader, 1960's Coach of the Year, Vince Lombardi. Bill Forrester and Jim Ringo represent the Packers at midfield, while Kyle Rote and Andy Robustelli speak for the Giants. The visitors win the toss, and the Packers will kick off. The crowd is hushed with tension, and we're ready for the World's Championship of the National Football League. Ben Agajanian kicks off for Green Bay. Joel Wells has it on the 15, sidesteps a tackler and returns to the New York 30, where he's slammed down by Ray Nitschke. Y. Tittle directs the New York attack. Joel Wells takes a handoff, but he's met immediately by Henry Jordan and gets only 1 yard. Alec Webster gets the call on the draw play. The hole is there, but Webster falls as he goes through for another 1-yard gain. It's 3rd down and 8 on the Giant 32. Tittle flips a swing pass to Alec Webster. Webster can't get his footing, and he's met by Dan Curry after 5 yards. The Packers hold on the first series of downs, and Don Chandler is forced to punt. Don's short punt is taken on the bounce by Willie Wood. Willie gets only 4 yards, and the Packers have the pigskin on their own 26. Ali Sherman checks on the Packer defense with tackle Roosevelt Brown, while the Packers get their first shot at the vaunted Giant defense. Bart Starr fakes to Taylor, then gives to Hornung. Giant end Jim Catkavage breaks inside to hold Hornung for a short gain. Paul Hornung slants off the Packers' strong side and drives for 6 yards. Tom Scott leads the Giant tacklers. For the 3rd straight time, Hornung carries the ball, but Jim Catkavage can't be moved, and he holds Hornung to a yard gain. It's 4th and 1. A penalty moves the Packers back, and Boyd Dowler punts. Joe Morrison has it on the 24 and fights for 7 yards. Joel Wells hits quickly over left guard Darrell Dess. Wells collects 8 yards before Tom Bettis can stop him. On second down, Alec Webster hits over left tackle. Webster gets across the 40 and has the first down of the game. Y.A. Tittle drops straight back and fires into the flat. Kyle Rote is open at the 50, but he fails to hold on to the football. The Giants get into Green Bay territory as Tittle, rushed hard by Willie Davis, hits Rote. Kyle fights to the Packer 47. It's first down, Giants. On second down, Tittle sends Webster over the left side. Defensive safety, Willie Wood, flies up to hold Big Alec to 1 yard. It's 3rd and 9 on the Packer 46. Tittle scurries back into the pocket and fires down the middle. Rote is open, but once again, the great Giant receiver loses his grip on the ball. A tough break on a key play. Don Chandler punts from his own 41. Don aims for the left corner, but the ball hits on the 2 and bounces into the end zone. After Hornung gains 4 yards, Starr goes for the long one. Max McGee has a step on Dick Lynch, but the ball slips through his hands. Starr backs up and passes short to Hornung, slanting toward the middle. Paul eludes Sam Huff and rolls for 26 yards to midfield. With the Giants leery of the pass, the Packer ground game begins to click. Hornung slashes off tackle for 5 yards. Jim Taylor carries the ball for the first time. Taylor gets 4 yards before he's cut down by Cliff Livingston. It's 3rd down and a yard to go on the 41. As the Giant defense braces to hold the Packer attack, let's focus on Jim Taylor. Taylor blasts through the hole opened by Bob Skoransky, spins and gets 4 yards. 1st and 10 Packers on the Giant 37. Again, we take a ground-level look as Sam Huff moves into the slot to try to stop the awesome Packer power. Taylor carries for the 3rd time in a row and drives off the right side for 5 yards. The slow-motion camera watches Hornung take a handoff and slip inside Forrest Gregg's block. Hornung gets away from Modulewski and keeps his balance to the Giant 25. Packer fans go wild as referee George Rennick signals another first down. Beautiful cross-blocking springs the explosive Taylor, who gets inside the 20. Taylor is still recovering from a back injury suffered late in the season. Our ground camera takes us into the Giant secondary. Bart Starr aims for Boyd Dowler on the look-in pattern. The pass is incomplete, but Barnes is called for interference. Barnes is unhappy about the play. Let's give him another chance in slow motion. As Bart Starr fades to pass, Packer blockers do a perfect job on the on-rushing Giant defenders. Starr fires a bullet for big Boyd Dowler. Barnes hits Dowler before the ball arrives, and the flag goes down. It's 1st and goal, Packers on the 7. Giant coach Allie Sherman doesn't like the looks of things as the first period ends with no score for either team. On the first play of the second quarter, Hornung follows Jim Taylor off the strong side. Paul pushes across for the touchdown. Green Bay goes ahead 6-0, and the Packers whoop it up on the bench. Here's that touchdown in slow motion. Watch number 75, Forrest Gregg, and number 78, Bob Skoransky, make their blocks. Jim Taylor takes out Cliff Livingston. The powerful halfback lowers his head and bulls his way into pay dirt. Hornung adds the extra point, and the Western Conference champions draw first blood with a 7-0 lead. The Giants come storming back after the kickoff. Alec Webster gains 4 yards to the New York 30. On 3rd down, Y.A. Tittle goes back to pass. He's rushed hard by Willie Davis, and Henry Jordan deflects the ball. Ray Nitschke picks off the wayward pigskin and returns 8 yards before he's hit by Kyle Rote. Nitschke, like Hornung and Dowler, is on leave from the Army and having quite a day for himself. Bart Starr is doing a masterful job of selecting plays. He hits Ron Kramer with a quick pop, and it takes 3 Giants to wrestle rugged Ron to earth as the play nets 16 yards. Jim Taylor cuts back over the middle and crosses the 15. As the Giant secondary moves up close to stop the running, Packer linemen do their job as Starr pegs to big boy Dowler. Dowler takes it in for the touchdown. Packer fans give their speedy 6'5" wingman a big hand as he leaves the field. Paul Hornung attempts his second extra point. Paul's boot is perfect, and the Packers lead 14-0. Ben Agajanian kicks off for Green Bay. Joel Wells takes it on the 11. Joel comes straight upfield and gets across the 30 before he's down by Lou Carpenter. On first down, Y. Tittle goes back to pass, but he's rushed hard by Willie Davis. Tittle is hit by Davis just as he throws, and it goes incomplete. Again, Y.A. goes back to pass. Tittle throws over the middle, but Hank Greminger intercepts. Hank returns the ball 13 yards to the New York 36. The Packer defense, sparked by Greminger and Big Willie Davis, gives the offensive unit another golden opportunity. Fullback Jim Taylor gets the call on first down. Taylor cracks over the left side for 4 yards. Paul Hornung finds a hole opened by center Jim Ringo and cuts through the middle to the 27. Green Bay coach Vince Lombardi likes what he sees as the Packers are rolling again. Our slow-motion camera catches the precision of the Green Bay ground game. Taylor takes a pitch back and keys off Fred Thurston. Thurston takes Jim Patton out, and Taylor goes inside. Jim gets 5 yards before he's bounced out by Dick Lynch. On a delayed handoff, Paul Hornung takes an inside path and gets 3 yards to the Giants' 17. Starr goes back and hits Ron Kramer slanting across. Ron lowers his head and knocks over Joe Morrison as he bangs his way into score. Standing up, Ron Kramer is murdering the Giants from his tight end spot. In slow motion, we take another look at that touchdown. Notice how quickly Starr gets rid of the ball. The 250-pound Kramer hits with the force of a jackhammer as he roars into the end zone. Paul Hornung gets his 9th point of the game on the conversion, and the Packers have built a 21-0 barrier. Giant coach Allie Sherman tells his players that if they're going to stay in this game, they must score now. For the 3rd time in the second period, Ben Agajanian kicks off to the Giants. Joel Wells takes it on the 12 and again heads straight up the middle. Joel gets to the Giant 39, where he's met by Dan Curry and Lee Falkins. Charlie Connolly, wearing sneakers, enters the game for New York. The 40-year-old Connolly passes, but his arm is hit by Dave Hanner, and the ball bounces in the Packers secondary. We slow the camera as the Giants work the draw play. Fullback Alec Webster takes the delayed handoff. Alec spots some daylight and rolls for 7 yards before he's brought down by Bill Quinlan. The Packers are penalized, and the ball is moved to midfield. From here, the veteran Connolly goes back and passes down the middle. Kyle Rote goes up between 2 Packers to take the pigskin on the Green Bay 15. We go to our slow-motion camera as the Giants work their second draw of the series. Phil King carries. Roosevelt Brown has cleared the way, and King grinds out 7 yards before Bill Quinlan and Ray Nitschke collar him. The Giants open a hole for Alec Webster at right tackle, but linebackers Dan Curry and Ray Nitschke hold Big Alec to 2 yards. It's 3rd and 1 on the Packers 6. Joel Wells hits straight ahead, but he's stopped by the entire Packer line led by Quinlan and Henry Jordan. It's 4th and 1 on the 6. Allie Sherman sends Bob Gators into the game. Gators passes on the run to Kyle Rote. The pass, too hot, and the Packers have held. Bloom descends on the Giants as the Green Bay Packers, leading 21-0, take over on their own 20. The Packers get their running attack in high gear as Horning slashes through the Giant defense. The almost unstoppable Horning racks up 17 yards. Horning finds the middle cleared by Ron Kramer as he skips out of 2 tackles and gets 7 more yards to the Green Bay 44. There are less than 2 minutes in the first half. Tom Moore replaces Taylor. Moore cracks off the right side and gets 4 yards and a first down with less than a minute on the clock. Our slow-motion camera sees Bart Starr retreat and fire a wobbly pass upfield. Ron Kramer has Joe Morrison beaten and takes it on the 35. Kramer shows his brute strength as he sheds Morrison and rookie Alan Webb like a duck sheds water. Sam Huff catches Kramer on the 22, but Ron carries Huff and 2 others to the Giant 15. With less than 10 seconds left, Bart Starr waits for the Giants to get onside. Starr's incomplete pass stops the clock with just 1 second remaining. This gives Paul Horning a chance to try a field goal from the 17. Paul's boot is perfect as the half runs out. Horning now has 12 points as the teams leave the field with the Packers holding a 24-0 lead over the Giants. Direct from New York come the famous Peppermint Lounge Twisters and their original version of the twist. Followed by the colorful Championship Lake Band from Milwaukee. The Packers return to the field ready to protect their huge lead and become world champions. The Giants have just 30 minutes to overcome a 24-point deficit and take the title to New York. Pat Summerall kicks off for New York to start the second half. Summerall's high kick bounces on the 18 and is taken by Ray Nitschke. Nitschke gets to the 36 before he slips and falls. Bart Starr goes back to pass, but sees a lane open up the left side. Starr takes off on foot and gets to the Giant 40. Starr fumbles, and Jimmy Patton recovers for New York. Patton is brought down by Forrest Gregg. The whole play goes for naught, however, for the Packers were guilty of illegal procedure at the start of the play. Referee George Renix explains the play to Giant captain Kyle Rote. The ball is brought back to the Packer 35. Paul Horning continues to be the #1 Giant killer. Paul rips for 10 yards off tackle. The Giant defense contains the Packers at this point, and Boyd Dowler punts. Dowler's kick is partially blocked by Cliff Livingston. Giant lineman Larry Hayes picks it up on the 37 and returns 3 yards. Hayes fumbles, and Mickey Walker recovers for New York on the Giant 41. Charlie Connolly is at the helm for New York. Connolly flips a short pass to Alec Webster, but Willie Davis swarms over Webster for a 5-yard loss. Now it's 3rd and 20. Connolly connects with Joe Walton for 19 yards, but the Giants are 1 yard shy at midfield. The Giants have had little success with the Packer line, so Don Chandler punts. Chandler's punt goes out of bounds on the Green Bay 15. The Packers have trouble moving on the Giant defense. Horning sweeps the right side, but Erich Barnes moves up fast to make the tackle. The Packers are forced to punt. Boyd Dowler booms a high punt, 64 yards downfield. Joe Morrison goes for it and fumbles. A mad scramble follows, and Forrest Gregg recovers for Green Bay on the New York 22. Tom Moore bolts over center and drives hard for 6 yards before Sam Huff applies the stopper. Our slow-motion camera catches the action as Starr fakes to Moore, then throws for Horning in the flat. Erich Barnes has the play covered and a chance to intercept. The ball hits Barnes in the chest. Erich isn't at all happy with the miscue and slams the ball to the ground. The Packers can get no closer on this drive, but Paul Horning salvages 3 points with a perfect placement from the 22. The Packers lead 27-0 midway through the third period. The Giant bench is a glum area in a stadium full of happy people as the Packers start another drive moments later with Bart Starr pegging a spot pass to Dowler. Boyd Dowler fights his way inside the Giant 35. Paul Horning and the Packers show off their power. Forrest Gregg and Fred Thurston lead Paul for a 6-yard advance. Our slow-motion camera watches the Packer linemen fight off Giant defenders, giving Starr plenty of time. Bart throws perfectly to Boyd Dowler for a first down at the New York 13. After an incomplete pass to Max McGee, Starr goes back and finds Ron Kramer in the end zone. Kramer makes the catch off balance for a touchdown. Ron slips on the ice surrounding the end zone and hurts an ankle, but he's back up in a hurry. Here's the play in slow motion. Starr gets rid of the ball just in time. Kramer, meanwhile, has run a beautiful pattern, blocking, then releasing, to work himself free to make the catch for his second touchdown in the greatest game of his career. Paul Horning is deadly with his place kick, and the Packers pour it on 34-0. Vince Lombardi's Western champs feel mighty safe with just 1 quarter remaining. The Giants, in their desperation bid to get on the scoreboard, go to the long pass. Tittle aims for Del Schaffner, but Jesse Whittington steals it on the Packer 38. Schaffner escorts Whittington to the 18-yard line, but the ball is brought back 20 yards. The Packers are hitting just as hard as they did early in the game. Tom Moore gets 3 at left tackle. Here's the play that has killed the Giants all day long. Horning cuts inside and gets a first down at the Giant 47. Jim Taylor, who played the entire game with a painful back injury, takes a delayed handoff. Taylor storms through the weary Giants, picking up 33 yards before Erich Barnes shoves him out of bounds. Starr keeps the Packer drive moving with a short pass to Horning. Ball battles his way to the Giant 12. An incomplete pass stalls Green Bay's touchdown drive, but Paul Horning has the answer. Horning toes home a field goal from 19 yards out to give the Packers a 37-0 lead. Horning's personal total of 19 points is a new championship game record. In the final moments of the game, the Packers are still at it. Tom Moore bangs for 6 yards around right end. At this point, Vince Lombardi is substituting for his regulars one by one. Paul Horning, selected as the game's most valuable player, receives a standing ovation from the Green Bay fans. Paul gets a well-deserved rest after the finest all-around performance of his career. Tom Moore is busy tearing at the tired shreds of the Giant defense. Tom spins for 11 more yards. Bart Starr is the next Packer to be relieved from duty. Starr, considered a good quarterback before this game, was magnificent in every way against the Giants today. As the final seconds tick off the clock, Fred Thurston makes sure that the Packers get the game ball. All of the Packers were great today. It was an inspirational victory by a well-coached team that has made the little town of Green Bay the football capital of the United States. For the Giants, it was a long, cold afternoon, which saw the Packers build up a momentum no team could hope to stem. The New Yorkers never really got started. The Packers hoist their coach Vince Lombardi on their triumphant shoulders, and the Green Bay Rooters swarm onto the field, just hoping to touch one of their heroes. They've been waiting for this day for 40 years in Green Bay, Wisconsin. the day that the Packers win the World Championship on their home grounds.